The maid wanted to take the place of the lady of the house, so she secretly hid her parents and younger brother in the basement of the employer's home. Every time the man of the house went to work, she would bring them upstairs to eat, drink and have fun. Since the lady of the house had been in a coma for 3 years, as long as they cleaned up before the man came home, and quickly went back to the basement, they wouldn't be discovered. They had been enjoying this luxurious life for 3 whole years, but the maid still wasn't satisfied. She wanted to become the real lady of the house, so she smeared lipstick all over the woman's face, mocking her for being a vegetable who could only lie in bed, and continued to torment the woman more and more. Fortunately, the husband loved his wife deeply, but to focus on work, he stayed in the room next door every night, so he had never noticed anything unusual all these years. Before leaving each day, he reminded the maid to take good care of his wife, and then left the house. As soon as he was gone, the maid revealed her true colors. She put on lipstick like a lady of the house, and even wore the woman's necklace as if it were hers. She looked at herself in the mirror, thinking that if the woman disappeared completely, then she would truly be the lady of the house. So she once again reached out to harm the bedridden woman. At that moment, the maid's entire family ran up from the basement. They greedily enjoyed the food and wine in the living room. The father asked when the maid could fully replace the woman in bed, so they could live there openly. The maid confidently said it was only a matter of time before she became the lady of the house. She believed the husband would fall in love with her eventually. Meanwhile, her brother secretly sneaked into the woman's room. 10 minutes later, he suddenly ran out in a panic, shouting something had happened to the woman. Everyone rushed into the room and saw that when the brother undid her clothes, he found her body covered in red rashes. The maid didn't care at all. She casually applied some ointment to the woman's back and then turned and walked away again. After work, the husband brought a bouquet of flowers to give to his wife. When the maid heard the news, she hurried her family back to the basement and quickly took off the jewelry that didn't belong to her. When the husband came in, he saw the maid seductively scrubbing the floor, but he ignored all her attempts to seduce him and went straight to his wife's room. The moment he entered, his face changed instantly in shock. The vase by the bed had fallen. The thorns from the roses had scratched his wife's face. While the maid wondered why the vase had fallen, the husband angrily scolded her for not even taking care of something so small. He questioned why he still kept her in the house. The maid panicked. She dropped to her knees and begged for forgiveness. Because she hadn't become the lady of the house yet, she couldn't afford to be fired. Seeing her seemingly sincere attitude, the husband warned her not to let it happen again. He gently touched his wife's forehead. The woman struggled to grab his hand, trying to tell him she had been abused, but due to urgent issues with a company bid, the husband had to leave immediately. He kissed her forehead before going. This tender moment was seen by the maid at the door. Her jealousy exploded instantly. The woman silently prayed for him not to leave, but the husband didn't see the tears in her eyes. He reminded the maid to take good care of his wife and then left. Right after, the maid unleashed all her anger on the woman, even picked up the husband's jacket to smell it, fantasizing that he would one day fall in love with her. Just then the woman on the bed suddenly woke up. She tried to grab the vase by the bed, but accidentally knocked it to the floor. This made the maid suspicious that the woman had woken up, so she decided to test her, but the woman didn't move at all, making the maid think she was just being paranoid. Hearing the maid's footsteps leaving, the woman finally let out a sigh of relief. At that moment, seeing the husband wasn't home, the family in the basement